Hi everyone. Okay, so we're going to look into the divine masculine energy for the week. We'll do it the normal way or the regular way I do it. We'll look into the head space, the heart space, the environment, and then the energy between the divine masculine and the divine feminine. This is for those who are in separation, full separation, or in semi-separation with their divine masculine. I will eventually be doing those who are in union as well, because there aren't a lot of readers out there that focus on twin flames that have actually come into union, because it's not like a regular relationship. I feel like there is different advice than what you would get from just like a regular love reading with a soulmate or something like that. So let's see if you're a divine feminine who has not watched the divine feminine healing video. I had a couple of announcements at the beginning. I did postpone the Atlanta workshop that was supposed to take place this weekend because my aunt did pass away about a week and a half ago, and we're having her memorial service in Florida, so I will be going down to Florida. And I am still working during this time. Thank you for all of your condolences. I really appreciate it. You guys are very, very sweet. I've even received emails that are so kind. So thank you for that. Sorry, I had lunch like right before I turned the camera on, and I thought, oh, I'm good. Let me just make sure I'm good, so I'm not talking to you with food in my mouth. Sorry. So I am doing well, my family is doing well, and thank you so much for the love and the kindness. You can order readings still. I have several available readings. There's a lot of twin flame soulmate readings available left on my website. A lot. It's like 14 spaces for the first and second week of September. I will be, any readings that are ordered from here on out I'm going to begin to schedule in September, which isn't that far away. I mean, we're already on the 22nd of August, which is kind of crazy to even think about, right? So if you'd like a reading, fearlessintuition.net. That information is in the description box below the video. Make sure you click below the video to get all of that information. So, Headspace for the Divine Masculine, the week of August 20th. There we go. So we have Blossom, which is the Judgment card. So I kind of am feeling, because a lot of times when we get the Judgment card, it's that call of action. But it's very interesting, because when I send my divine masculine love energy or love and light energy, I actually think of it as a big golden ball of energy that I'm like handing to him directly. So I kind of feel like not only are they feeling like this call to action, this call to start something in their life, but they're also probably feeling that love and light that's coming from their divine feminine, or they're sending that out, like consciously. They're consciously sending that kind of energy out to their divine feminine this week. So let's see, what is in the headspace? Make sure they were, wanted to make sure that they were upright. And not in reverse. So in the divine masculine's headspace, yeah, there's a lot that's happening for them right now. The Wheel of Fortune is saying that they're coming to the end of a cycle, or they're completing a cycle. And I feel like that's what that call to action is. They know that it's time to complete something, or they're feeling like there's this karmic shift that is happening within them. There were a couple cards there that wanted to come out and didn't. So, wow, a lot of major arcanas in their headspace this week. I actually just got the picture of like a guy's head and like major arcanas being stacked up in his brain. Silly. That was my imagination. So we have the Fool. So they're feeling the urge to do something new, which is, Mercury went direct on Sunday, which is, yay, finally, right? Just in time for Virgo season. I love it. And also, we have Mars going direct on the 27th of August. So there will be a nice push for them to move forward. Divine Masculine's Headspace. Let's get 2 more cards. So the Two of Swords, they have decisions to make on where they want to go. But I feel like they're being called to actually make decisions and not just sit on them anymore. Or, yeah, because they have been, they're still kind of going back and forth. So we have the Two of Swords and, of course, this back and forth energy of the Knight of Wands. It always feels like the Divine Masculine is doing that, but they're almost getting that nudge from the universe, like, now's the time to do it, or we're going to bring the tower in. You know, like when you've waited just too damn long to make a decision in your life, and all of a sudden there's that uncomfortable tower energy, and now it's like, oh shit, I should have made that decision before, right? See, so we have the Two of Pentacles on the Wheel of Fortune, and the Chariot. They're being called to move. They're being called to complete this cycle and move forward and make a decision already. And that could be in anywhere of their life. It could be in work. It could be in any relationships. It could be in family issues. Or it could be with the Divine Feminine. Wherever the Divine Masculine is feeling like that call to action, to make a decision, to move forward in something. And I feel like they've felt so stagnant lately in making that decision. They're feeling the push now. They're feeling the drive to do it. So the Fool. Whoa. Yeah. Big changes afoot. So we have the Death card. Big changes. And I often say when we get the Death card that sometimes we have to lose things to gain things. And yeah, there really does feel like there's some endings that need to happen in order for new beginnings to happen. In order for new things to push forward. So, Two of Swords. And this could be either in a twin flame relationship or a soulmate relationship. Remember, I said that we are all one. We are all here for the same cause. Yes, there are different missions that we're on, but one is not better than the other. This is all equal. And if you're on the twin flame journey, I actually just heard my condolences. But no, not really. Not really. It is very, very tough to do it. And you can't get out, like, once you're on, you know, you can't get out of it. It's not like something that you just be like, oh, switch off. Because even if you're not with your twin flame counterpart, if the Divine Feminine and the Divine Masculine don't meet up in the 3D, you're still on that mission. You still have that twin flame part of you where you know that you have a soul mission and a purpose to accomplish something, right? A lot of decision making. We have the Two of Wands on the Two of Swords. So they're still sitting there because the Two of Wands in this deck, it's not about making an active choice. It's about needing to make an active choice. He's tied to one wand with one foot and a hand to the other wand. And he's happily talking to a bird. This is my comfortably stuck card. So the Divine Masculine is being urged to, like, literally being pushed out of his seat to make a decision. And we all know what that might be. Where are the calmer waters? The Six of Swords on the Knight of Wands. And maybe it's that he's not really sure what's going to make it calmer. And this is where the intuition would come in. I feel like he really needs to kind of listen to his inner voice. Oh, look at that. The High Priestess is at the bottom of the deck. Jeez. I love it when the cards do that to me. Really needs to listen to his intuition and know that his higher self is guiding him to a much more calm, serene place, and that you're never really stuck. Like, I don't care what situation you're in, you are never really stuck. You can make the excuses to keep you where you are, but when it comes down to it, any situation that you are in, you can get out of. If this is not where your soul calling is, and there's a big misconception with that people think that they need to stay stuck in where they are in life because there's nothing they can do about it. And there's actually a lot that you can do about not being stuck anymore. I'm kind of a prime example of that, of not being stuck in a situation that is not serving my best. I'm very good at putting my boundaries up and saying, nope, this isn't serving me. I have to move along. I have to keep going. And that's anywhere in my life, in work or relationships or whatever. So you can get out of things. You don't have to stay where you are forever. Even if it feels impossible or seems impossible. Man, every time I start a Divine Masculine reading, my nose starts to itch. I was perfectly fine. There's something flying around probably. And I don't mean like spirits. I mean like dust or something. It's flying around. So in his heart space, the Divine Masculine's heart space, there's the card. Win or lose. Interesting, the Divine Feminine got this as well in their reading. So the Five of Swords, a lot of conflict, internal conflict, a lot of fighting with himself. Probably feels like he's losing more than he's winning right now. But this really is that conflict of where do I go and what do I do in my life. I'm not exactly sure what I'm supposed to be doing or where I'm supposed to be going. So Ace of Swords, he is coming to a harsh truth. I think we talked about this last week. The Divine Masculine coming to a very harsh truth about where he is in life. And there we go. And how to recognize where he needs to be in life. So we have the Nine of Swords, the Two of Cups, and the Ace of Wands. He has an opportunity to have this connection. And he feels it very passionately in his heart. But the contradictive nature of, he's gotten all twos now in his reading. So there's a lot of contradiction. There's a lot of needing to balance out. There's a lot of not really knowing exactly where to go or what to do. And the internal conflict, he's really fighting with himself. Ace of Swords, Queen of Swords. So the Divine Feminine, it's almost like she's in his heart and she knows that he is her truth. The Divine Feminine is in her heart. She may be being a little bit cold right now if she's coming out as the Queen of Swords. Possibly being a little cold, a little drawn back. Nine of Swords. What is this Nine of Swords? The Star. So again, really needing to balance himself out because he's up in his head. And when I say him, I could mean her also. We all have Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine within us. But there is a need for healing here. And I think that the internal conflicts, he's recognizing how much his Divine Feminine is his truth. And having to come to very serious terms about it. And again, if this isn't resonating with you in any way, shape, or form, maybe next week's will. Because I do feel like I get different messages for different people every week, and not every week will resonate with everyone, right? So this is a collective general reading. If you want a personal reading, you can go to my website, look at it from a deeper level. The Two of Cups. What is this Two of Cups? Or the Divine Masculine's heart space. There we go. So, Eight of Wands. He wants to communicate how much this connection means to him. but I don't feel like he is communicating. I feel like he wants to communicate the truth. I feel like he wants to communicate what this connection is, almost even wanting to move in that direction, because with the Chariot in his headspace and the Eight of Wands in his heart space, it's like there's this need and this drive to want to say something or to move forward, but it's almost like he's waiting for the opportunity for that to happen. And the internal conflict is it's almost like he's deceiving himself that he can't move in that direction or communicate that. Ace of Wands in his heart space. He's feeling very passionate towards the Divine Feminine. Yeah, and strong with strength and the Eight of Pentacles, which is really funny because today we're still, the Sun's in Leo, and then the Eight of Pentacles represents the Sun in Virgo. So there could be an opportunity between today and tomorrow as the Sun moves into Virgo where the Divine Masculine will communicate something to the Divine Feminine, to his Divine Feminine. There could be an opportunity that he brings forth, or just saying, you know, I feel like with this Ace of Wands, there's just this passion that's inside of him. It's really been growing where he needs to kind of almost say something now. There's also wanting to find some stable ground and be strong enough to build something. So if you're not in communication with your Divine Masculine, I do feel like he's thinking about you, and you are in his heart, his heart space as well. So, environment, Divine Masculine's environment for the week of August 20th. In the Divine Masculine's environment. Okay. Opportunity beckons. So the Four of Cups. Oh, Divine Masculines. To me, this is really feeling like even if there is an opportunity and it is beckoning him, he's being very hesitant about doing it. There needs to be a really big push forward for him, and he's feeling the push. He's seeing the push happen in his life. And he's been struggling for months to gain this stability and gain this balance. And he really needs to see that the life that he leads now, the traditional life that he leads now, may not be the life that he's supposed to be in. So we have the Nine of Pentacles was the first card that came out. And the High Priestess. And then we got the Hierophant. Ace of Swords and the Knight of Cups. Oh, look at that. And the Divine Feminine is at the bottom of the deck again. So, I'm really feeling like within his aloneness, if he's pulled back, if he's not showing a lot of emotion within his environment or in the outward 3D world, I do feel like he's tapping into his intuition a little bit more this week with the High Priestess. But I don't feel like he's saying much. I feel like he's keeping a lot of it. There's a lot of feeling alone with the Nine of Pentacles. But the truth of things coming out, the truth of the Hierophant represents the institution. It represents higher learning. He could be learning a lot more about what this connection means. I feel like the masculine has been doing that a lot in the last several months, really looking into, you know, if the Divine Feminine has mentioned, oh, we're twin flames, and he has no idea what that is, and he's been looking into that, right? But there's definitely this truth, this very spiritual truth that's coming. And again, it's like there's this this very real, innocent want to offer something, even if it's just in a very small way. But he's hesitant. With the Four of Cups as the overall energy, there's still a hesitancy. I hate to say that because I know there's a lot of Divine Feminines that have been waiting and waiting and waiting. And I get that. remember that we're going through a big energy surge right now. And a lot of stuff that will be happening in September and October, that's what we're leading up to. And I feel like the Divine Masculine is feeling this energy surge. So kind of take heart. He is contemplating and going through some life cycles right now. And that's, you know, when, so we have the Wheel of Fortune on the 9 of Pentacles. When they're feeling that pressure, that stress and pressure on them, they do pull back. Divine Masculines do. And I've noticed that with my Divine Masculine, and I've noticed that across the board with other Divine Masculines too. If it just seems too heavy emotionally, the emotions are too strong or too heavy, they will pull back. It's almost like it's written in their DNA to do that. I've even noticed when I'm in my Divine Masculine energy and things are just too heavy, I'll pull back too. So the High Priestess, yeah, it's like they want to come out, they don't want to come out. Yeah, they're listening to their intuition, but again, we have the Knight of Wands on their intuition. Like, I'm not really sure what to do or where to go or how I'm going to do it. But their intuition is strongly, strongly, strongly affecting what they're doing in their 3D environment right now. And if that is confusing for them, that's what they're trying to figure out. And that may be why they've pulled back a little bit, because they're still not quite 100% sure how to feel about their intuition. Because intuition sometimes won't make sense. And this is what happens in the environment when they're sitting in their head. Like we said, the Tower comes along, right? They're sitting in their head and they're getting all these opportunities and this push forward and judgment, that call to action. So the Tower on the Hierophant. If they're in a karmic relationship that's a traditional relationship, I do feel like in their environment, things are kind of crumbling around them. I truly, truly, truly hope and pray that everybody in situations like this that are in karmic relationships, that they're all taking care of themselves and each other and doing it with the fullest intention of love. That's one of the biggest things that I've really had to come to terms with is I want the best for everybody who is in a karmic marriage or a karmic relationship in any way, shape, or form. And when it starts to fall apart, I just want everybody to do everything with the purest intention of love, especially if there are kids involved, because there should be no bitterness towards any karmic partners at all. And I want everybody to remember that this is playing out in the way that it's supposed to. It doesn't mean that the karmic partner is a bad person. It means that it was written within their soul contract to learn lessons from this specific person, right? So, Ace of Swords. And you should never want a breakup to happen or wish harm or anything upon a relationship or anything like that. That's not doing the intention of love. Doing everything with the purest intention of love at all. So, the Tower on the Hierophant, and then we get the Three of Wands on the Ace of Swords. So again, their truth is really coming out that they want more out of life, that they want more from their life in all situations and all people involved as well. They don't want to have to sit in the same old anymore. And then the Knight of Cups. The want, yeah, and the reason why they want to be able to offer, and I feel like it's because they actually regret not coming forward early on with the Five of Cups. And we also have the Page of Cups. There's a feeling of lack and wanting to be fulfilled. The Three of Wands and the Page of Cups always make me have the same feeling. It's just wanting to have more in life and wanting to be fulfilled in life and not being in a stagnant position anymore, you know? And I feel like they're in their environment, they're kind of regretting things or disappointed of not moving forward or not doing what they needed to do in the past. And now they're feeling that now. They're feeling that pressure. It's pretty heavy. They're feeling that pressure a lot. Because they do feel alone. And it's almost like the karma that they're feeling alone in is supposed to happen in order for them to progress and move forward and realize that there are some things that their divine feminine is not going to be able to help them with energetically or physically. Some of the things they have to deal with on their own. It's not always something the divine feminine can fix with energy or support, you know. That's a tough pill to swallow sometimes for the masculines because they want to be able to have that support. So the energy between the divine masculine and the divine feminine, we got 2 cards. So we have Healing Begins, which is the 6 of Swords, and we have Joy and Stability. That's the 4 of Wands. So moving into a much more stable and happy place, the energy between the 2 of you. This could be playing out in the 3D. If you are coming into union, I do know that there are a lot of twins. Sorry, my wrist is, the tendonitis is starting to get to me. There are a lot of divine masculine, divine feminines coming into union, whether you're a twin flame or a soulmate. There's a lot of that energy happening. So there could be a lot of unions happening right now. If you're not coming into union with your divine masculine, just know that the energy between the 2 of you is coming into a much calmer space, a much happier environment, a lot more stability, a lot more peaceful energy between the 2 of you, because it has been so hard lately. It's just like, so the energy between the divine masculine and the divine feminine this week, and again, I'll say it 100 times, even if you're not seeing it in the 3D, it is still happening, right? So we have the 2 of Cups, a lot of love, 2 of Pentacles, a lot of decisions that need to be made, and the Death card, endings that need to happen, transformations that need to happen, and patience is happening. A lot of balance is happening with Temperance. Oh, I really like this energy. It's so much calmer than it has been in the past couple of weeks. I really like this. And I am actually kind of seeing this play out between the energy between me and my divine masculine, because he and I have not been very communicative lately. Part of that's my fault, but with everything that has been going on, it's kind of tough to always be open, I guess, about everything. I don't know. But also when I know that the energy is a little bit more calming between him and I, it's so much easier for me to not have to communicate in the 3D, because I can just feel it. I already know that everything is okay with him. I'm not feeling like all the anxiety between us. So there we go. King of Pentacles on the 2 of Cups. So he's feeling very stable about this connection, about the energetic connection. Let me keep on saying that, because a lot of people will be like, well, I'm not seeing this happening. Right. Well, again, even if it's not playing out in the 3D, it's still happening between your energy. Remember, energy is fluid. We are all souls and energy just living a human experience. So first and foremost, always feel the energy. The decisions that you guys have to make this week, whether they're individual or together, have a lot of strength behind that. Again, we have strength with the 2 of Pentacles. So 2 2s here, all about making decisions, all about balancing things out, all about having to go through that transformational stage. Temperance is also balanced. So what's the Death card for the energy? Whoa. Wow. Everything wanted to come out all at once. 7 of Cups and the 8 of Swords. All right, guys. Now we're getting there. Even if you cannot see it happening in the 3D and you're confused and you're not sure what kind of transformations are happening, it's still happening. But you cannot sit up in your head about it. neither the masculine nor the feminine. If you get in your ego and you start to question everything because you cannot see it, see that guy's blindfolded in that Eight of Swords there. If you start to question everything because you can't see the transformation happening, and you get really confused, everything's so foggy, I don't know what's happening. Remember, even if you can't see it in the 3D, it's still happening. Yes, I promise. I do. I have heard it. I have felt it. I know, my friends, it's not the easiest journey to go through. It really, really isn't. Just keep that vibration of love, right? Keep that vibration of love. So the Page of Wands on Temperance. Again, there might be messages coming through. Really listen to your intuition. See the synchronicities of the balancing. I've seen a lot of 2s lately. I've seen a lot of 4s lately, which is all about stability and balance and home life. And 2s are all about change and transition. I've seen a lot of 5s. Sometimes I'm not really fond of 5s, but I know that, I mean, like when the 5s start showing up again, I'm like, all right, I brace myself. So I don't have any tower moments. I just know that there's a lot of changes that are occurring. And it's been a continuous change for the last year, over and over and over again. I think I've probably had like 2 weeks break in between changes. But that's okay, because the synchronicities and the signs are telling you that healing is happening and stability is there in your energy, right? So this could be like even in dream state, really, really, really remember, if you're a person that remembers your dreams. I don't always remember my dreams, but when I do, they are pretty significant. So make sure that you are paying attention to your dream state as well. And I do feel like the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine have been doing a lot of astral coming together in the 5D, because that's where our energy is. That's where no separation is, right? There is no separation in 5D. All right, my lovelies. Have a great week. And if you would like to have a personal reading with me, fearlessintuition.net. Also, I do have the Twin Flame Soulmate readings by sign on my website. Just go to the homepage, fearlessintuition.net. Scroll down a little bit and you'll see August Soulmate readings by sign. So I love you all. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. Bye.